Prepare for trouble. All right, guys. Got a couple of bits and pieces this week. Kind of. Lee. Batman #5. I've just kind of read this. I'm so chuffed. Like, we're what, like 2.5 months in, 3 months in of Rebirth. We've got a decent Batman stack already, and this is without the Detective Comics stuff. So just have a little swizz through. This storyline's okay. I'm glad that it's coming to an end. There's going to be like a crossover event in Nightwing and Detective. So I'm going to need to... Hopefully they give us more information on numbers and I can pick up the necessary Nightwing that I need to fit in with that. So, yeah, Batman. Oh, also in the... what's this called? Batman. In the issue, they had a advert for a new Doom Patrol series that's starting and a new Shade the Changing Man series. So it's like they're bringing back a Vertigo that's not Vertigo. It was called DC. Oh, I should have remembered this. It's called DC Young something, but it looks essentially like new Vertigo that's not Vertigo, but it is, but it's not. So we'll wait and see. I don't know what I think about it. I'll maybe pick up Doom Patrol 1, maybe pick up Shade 1, but I can't be picking up more ongoings right now because I've got a few starting up soon and some, and nothing's really finishing. So actually that's a lie because what finished? Second Sight finished, so I've got one slot free. I might pick up Doom Patrol then. So anyway, Cinema Purgatorio's still chugging along. I've just read through all of these again. That's a great cover. That's the story, the Vast, I think it is. This is things called the Apex. They're like, there's just heaps of these monsters. It's cool. And then that's the Code Crew cover. This is the Garth Ennis story in this Cinema Purgatorio. So yeah, that's us up to date with those. Alright, so this was another book that I maybe should have mentioned in the Rigor Mortis video that I just made. This is Batman number 156, Robin Dies at Dawn, and this is obviously the classic cover that's been swiped, many times. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to show that before we started off, because I've got... That should hopefully make the camera a bit lighter. I've got this book here, which is... It's beaten up. It doesn't have a cover or anything. It's Batman 80-page giant. It's Batman 185. See if I can get that in there, the whole thing. Batman 185. But it's got a reprint of that story in it. Robin Dies at Dawn. This is it here. So basically, hang on, let me just make this a bit better here. So yeah, basically Batman just wakes up on this alien planet. He's getting chased by this thing. Well, he's not, yeah. So anyway, he wakes up on this alien planet. He doesn't really know what's going on. Starts getting attacked by plants and everything. And then this statue comes around. Actually, this is a panel for the boys. If I can get that to zoom. Yeah, suddenly the statue rears erect. That's for the boys, that one. Okay, so anyway. Yeah, so anyway, he's getting chased by this thing. And it eventually, Robin manages to lure it to this, like, crag thing, whatever you'd call it, a pit in the ground, where it falls down, but in doing so it drops this boulder onto Robin. When Robin dies, Batman buries him under rocks, which is a bit ironic considering how he died, but there we go, that's what he does. Anyway, so he's obviously terrified of it. He gets attacked by this monster, and then it cuts to this scene here, where he's lying on the floor and this guy's looking at him through this observation window. And it turns out that what he's been doing is going through like a sensory deprivation thing so that the scientists can figure out what's going to happen to astronauts on long-range flights. So he's actually just been doing some, just helping them out. But it's buggered him up. Look, he's got a beard, the beginnings of a beard and everything. But it's really messed him up. So they just they start going home and everything, and there's some guys burgling stuff. So they start to help save that, you know, try and stop them. And this crane thing turns into that monster. And this happens a few times, and eventually, you know what I mean, the story kind of just blunders on. But this is the guy I wanted to speak about, this guy here, and this specifically, because in this, R.I.P. Grant Morrison, he mentions this thing called the Black Casebook, which is all of these crazy stories, Silver Age stories that have gone on, that they kind of say that there's no way that could have happened. That must have been, you know, we must have been mad on Scarecrow's fear toxin and Joker gas and all this kind of stuff. There's no way these have happened. But they've been collected into this thing called the Black Casebook. But anyway, in R.I.P., Batman's sitting at the computer and he starts seeing all these here. This is Zur-En-Arrh everywhere. It's just written everywhere, and it starts making him lose his mind a little bit until you get this page here. And that's him, isn't it, from the Robin Dies at Dawn story. And he says, "I'm not ready." And it eventually, basically he turns into this character called the Batman of Zur-En-Arrh. I'll see if I can find a picture of him. Basically, it's a thing that Batman's used. There he goes, right there, look. The Batman of Zur-En-Arrh. And he's from another one of these Black Casebook stories. And then Bat-Mite's there as well. So Bat-Mite is like the voice of reason to the Batman of Zur-En-Arrh. And basically what Zur-En-Arrh is a kind of an antivirus program, if you see what I mean, like a safe mode for your laptop. So if Bruce's brain gets attacked, you know, he can shut down, and this Batman of Zur-En-Arrh will take over instead, and that's what that is. So, and these are all Silver Age stories that Morrison's used in this R.I.P. He's kind of said, you know, if I'm doing Batman, all Batman backstories are relevant, not just, you know, the odd couple. So he's used a heap of Silver Age stuff through his entire run, really. Although especially in R.I.P. So that's kind of really what I wanted to say. Just wanted to kind of show off these two books. I need a new copy of 185. I got this for free. I actually got 3 coverless Batman books when I went to my comic book shop one day, because he reckoned he couldn't sell them. I'd have easily given him a couple of quid for them, but no, he gave me them for nothing. So this is Batman 185 anyway, what's left of it. I think these staples have been added because it's like square bound. I don't know if you can see that. Anyway guys, that's all I've got to say about that one. I just got issue 10 of Providence, Alan Moore, newest Alan Moore story, through the door, and I just wanted to kind of go back and have a look at the entire thing. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so this is like Alan Moore's Lovecraft homage, I guess you'd call it. It kind of, I'm not quite 100% sure. This is, you know, the first book in the series. This is Alan Moore's The Courtyard, but I don't think he actually wrote it. Like, I think he wrote a story or an essay or some crap, and some guy has. It says Alan Moore's story, sequential adaptation by Anthony Johnson. So anyway, there's 2 issues of this. This one's signed by Jason Burrows. I've got a certificate in the bag and board. So that's The Courtyard 1 and The Courtyard 2. If you buy the graphic novel, like of it collected, it's coloured. This is in black and white, so I've never actually seen it coloured, but it would be interesting. I think maybe if you were going to pick it up, if you don't have it and you were going to pick it up, that would be the way to do it. You can get a version of it that's lumped in with this, the second volume, which is the Neonomicon, it's called. You can get a version of The Courtyard and this in a graphic together. Courtyard's coloured. So it's probably worth just doing that. I think it was like £10 English money, so I don't know what it would be for elsewhere, but anyway, this is Neonomicon, the Horn book, it's called. It's like just like the first 6 pages of the first issue, so it's kind of a bit annoying, but there it is. Anyway, I think this is kind of like the expensive one, but again, it's unnecessary. There's no real need for it. But yeah, as obviously because it's Avatar, they've got 50,000 different covers for everything. I was picking this up in my comic shop and never really thought about it, so he just gave me any old cover each time, so that's a little bit annoying, but I've never really thought about going back. But this is Neonomicon #1, The Book of the Dead. So that's what it is. It is what it is. This is Neonomicon issue 2, NYC, limited to 850. So how that made it here, I've got no idea, but there it is. Okay, yeah, issue 3 and issue 4 are both wraparound covers. So yeah, Neonomicon's only a 4-issue mini-series, and I think if you buy the wraparound covers, they're all Jason Burrows. I don't know how well that's coming up. I don't know if anyone's read this, but it's outrageous. Issue 3. Ridiculous. But I like this. It reminds me of... well, it doesn't remind me of, but it's similar in his work with Kevin O'Neill on League, how he's kept the same artist throughout, and it benefits from it, definitely. And then, yeah, Providence. I've been getting the wraparound covers from Providence. For Providence, I don't think I'm doing it much justice, so I'm just going to have a quick shifty through. But I just read issue 10 of this morning, and holy crap. It's kicking off now. Three, 4. This is kind of like, I should have maybe been saying, this is like an At the Mountains of Madness cover for any fans, for any folk who know Lovecraft stories. I'm failing with this video a little bit, guys, I do apologise. So yeah, that's like Mountains of Madness. This is the Ulthar Cats, or the Cats of Ulthar, whatever it's called. Dagon, maybe? What's the one when he's sitting in his flat and they're all flying around outside the window? I think that's who they are supposed to be. Your guess is as good as mine on this one. But the covers, like, because of this Avatar, just their love of ridiculous amounts of covers. The covers very seldom have anything to do with what's going on in the actual book. But they're still really nice. Yeah, so issue 9. And then 10 up to current issue. Issue 9's a bit risky. And then issue 10 it's setting up the end, if you see what I mean. And holy crap, it's awesome. So yeah, Lovecraft fans out there, get in amongst these 3 books. The Courtyard, Neonomicon, and then Providence, and I think this is going to be the end of it. So it's a 2-volume series, a 4-volume series, and then this, which is going to be 12. So, and I finally got my covers sorted, so I got wraps for all of them. Anyway, guys, thanks for that one, and yeah, we'll see you next time. Hey guys, I'm just going to tag this on at the end here. I just want to say thanks to everybody who's subbed to me, and thanks to all the guys that I'm in contact with as well, kind of out with this. It's cool just, you know, hanging out, speaking to folk. And yeah, just thanks everybody for the support. I didn't want to get all soppy bollocks about it, but you know, thanks a lot. And also, you see this tree that's kind of like right just behind me there? I think it's in the middle of a field somewhere. It looks awesome though. It looks like the sort of place that Tim Robbins would leave a package for Morgan Freeman. So I think maybe we're going to try and get out there one day. I was trying to have a little look just now. The only way I can see is just louping into this field behind me. But I'm going to try further along. But we'll leave that for another day. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. And yeah, thanks very much guys, and we'll see you in the next one.